Hello, everybody. I'm Michael Monaco.
And I'm Bobby Salveson, and we are the Hazmat Guys, bringing you the knowledge and insight to make your job a little bit easier.
Before we get into the show, let's thank today's sponsors.
The Hazmat Guys would like to thank our sponsor, Rigaku Analytical Devices. Rigaku Analytical Devices reduce fluorescence interference when identifying unknown chemicals using the 1064 advantage of the Progeny Rescue. Visit rigakuanalytical.com to learn more.
HazSim training systems have been in use across North America since 2011. Hazmat teams, firefighters, confined space specialists, and industrial safety trainers alike have found the value in the HazSim Pro system. HazSim brings real information-based decision-making to students from instructors safely and realistically. No more burning up sensors or pretending a 3x5 card is a meter in training. Visit hazsim.com for realistic training solutions.
FLIR has just announced a new educational resource for first responders. Check out FLIR.com/primed for video training, downloadable checklists, and street truth from experts in CBRNE and hazmat fields.
Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 79. We are continuing our placards, labels, and GHS with placards.
Yeah, we're just going to drive it right into the ground.
Yes.
You're going to want to kill you. I hope not.
No foreplay today. Right into it.
I hope we try to make it the best. I hope people enjoy this. You know what? We get a lot of great feedback about this stuff. They're like, oh, you take this terribly boring crap and you make it even more boring, which is funny. We like getting our balls busted by the best of them. So if you got to throw it at us, I don't care.
Absolutely. Listen, if you got something good and it makes us laugh, it doesn't matter.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all that we care about. That's how we feel love. It's actually it's
by the pain.
By the pain, yeah. If I walk into the firehouse and I don't get my ball broken, then I feel like I did something. Like, did I piss these guys off? Why aren't they making fun of me? Why aren't they hazing me? No, we don't get hazed. I take that.
No,
back.
hazing's for new people.
Yeah.
Bullying is for people that have been on for a while.
Oh,
so
that's right.
let's get right back into labels, and we're going to continue since they pretty much look like placards, right? These labels are more than often sticky. You peel them off a roll. But other than that, other than the fact that they're small, what's the difference?
Well, labels tend to go on packages. It's pretty much the same idea as a placard to a truck. If you ever took an SAT and they did, like a bolt to a nut, refrigerator food, this would be placards go on vehicles and labels go on packages.
Interesting. I like that. I like that little comparison there.
Oh, thank you. So what exactly gets labeled, and is there anything to determine how, what, or why?
All right, so now we're going to get into a little bit of differences, and one of the notable differences is with Class 7, which, if you remember back from last week, was radioactive. And these are going to be for radioactive 1 and 2 materials. These are for basically the low activity packages only, and they do not have a placard counterpart.
Packages with these labels are in transit around you every day. People don't believe me when I tell them that there is radioactive packaging being transported in like the most inconspicuous vehicle you could imagine. Think of like a FedEx truck, or don't even think of a FedEx truck. Think of the guy, the 18-year-old in the Toyota Corolla behind you who's taking stuff from one hospital to another. He's got no placards. There's nothing on his vehicle that's going to indicate radioactive material whatsoever. All right, but
even the guy that has the oh crap! I just had it in my head that ground density thing. The Troxler. The Troxler. That thing is shooting out neutrons all over the place, and this clown is driving from construction site to construction site. He doesn't have a placard on the outside of his Corolla.
No, he doesn't even know what he's carrying. Just a little side note, UPS, as of the taping of this episode, does not ship Class 7 materials at all whatsoever in any way, shape, or form.
As far as they know. So let's talk about UN numbers on the orange panels.
All right, well, this is the bright orange rectangle with the UN number displayed in black. They are generally found with a corresponding placard beside them.
Interesting, because they can also be displayed on tank cars, cargo tanks, portable tanks, and other types of bulk packaging, though they can also be found on transport vehicles and freight containers with varying weights of non-bulk packaging. Now, Mike, I want to listen, I know that we're going to talk about this, and I know that some of these guys that are listening to us are operations and are technician level. I'm going to say even at my level of a specialist level, and I looked at my nose constantly because it's very snooty. I use the ERG because it has the no shit best listing of these UN numbers and the hazard numbers that are associated with them. Do you mind if I go down a rabbit hole with this?
Let's take the blue pill and jump down, my friend.
All right, so continuing down this rabbit hole, there's three things that I really key in on these things. Now, again, this is one of those UN orange boxes that has the, let's say, 1203, and above it now, in a second line above it, is going to have some digits. And those digits, the ERG has the most concise, well-put list of those things. And those are like kind of hazard identification numbers, and it's displayed on some of the intermodal containers. You may see these on intermodals that are kind of on the piggyback of a over the road or on the sea, but there's three of them that really key in on them. First one is when I see a 9, okay? When I see a 9 in any spot on the top row, that means that there is a very good possibility of a spontaneous violent reaction. Okay. Polymerization, explosion, levy, etc. When I see a 9, I'm like, oh boy.
Right. Take a step back. Don't come near me until you learn a little more about me. It's like
Pump the brakes, cowboy.
It's like the crazy broad at the bar at 12 o'clock at night. You're like, I'm going to know a little bit more about you before I...
Yes. Yeah. So the next one is going to be a doubling up. So when I see, let's say, something like a 3, that's a flammable liquid. But if I see a 3-3, that means it's a double flammable liquid.
Right. Like
all
really
they're
bad.
saying is, yeah, it's really bad. Anytime you see a double, it means a double number, it means it's double bad. Just whatever it is, just double it up. And the last thing is the X. If you see an X, it reacts dangerously with water. So if you see an X anywhere in that thing, again, X means bad with water. So just remember these three things, and I don't mean to condense the nonsense to the point where, I don't have to remember anything else. You really don't have to remember this list. The ERG is everywhere. It's easy to find it. It starts on page 17 of the 2016 version. But if you were to see a 9, you see a double number, or you see an X, go and refer to the ERG 2016, starting at page 17, and find out why. That's it.
Yeah.
That's my little soapbox for you, Mike.
Especially if you see like a quadruple number too, because there's a few of those floating around, and
Yes.
nobody remembers what these damn codes mean. Nobody. So go look it up, and it's a code. Figure it out.
Right. All right, let's take a minute to hear about today's sponsor. Attention Hazmat Nation, class is in session. FLIR, a global leader in CBRNE detection solutions, has recently announced a new educational resource named FLIR Primed. Primed is a free online tool that provides first responders with training videos, best practices, field checklists, and street truth. Throughout the initial 10-episode video series, Grant Coffey, a retired fire and rescue hazmat team coordinator and CBRNE expert of nearly 40 years, delivers industry insights and real-life experiences that keep first responders prepared. In addition, each episode concludes with a free field checklist or downloadable guide that responders can use immediately, like the Prime training poster that covers these key actions of prepare, recognize, input, monitor, experience, and decision. You can watch it now by visiting www.flir.com/primed.
All right, let's pick back up where we left off. We had just finished the UN numbers, the placards, the orange panels, and the labels, and I believe we were going to shoot into what, Bob?
All right, so the next one is going to be Global Harmonization Labeling, and you, the loyal listener. So what that really means is Global Harmonized System for Classification and Labeling of Chemicals. This GHS is a system for standardizing and harmonizing the classification of labeling of chemicals. It's made to make it easier. I personally don't understand it as well as I should, but the system is not, I'm going to caution you here, the system is not a regulation or a standard. That's why you really don't see it that much out in the street until it is made law. Then everybody's going to do it because they have to do it. But until they do, Mike, have you seen, I've seen some proactive chemicals out there.
I've seen a lot of the SDS type system.
Yes, SDS is all over this stuff.
That they went all out for. But besides that, I really haven't seen a lot of the pictograms on packages or even bulk containers for that matter.
All right. Well,
So-
where do we see this stuff then?
Well, since it was originally created back in like 1992 in some Earth Summit where they sat around hugging each other, all right, it was really designed for environmental stuff and the management of chemicals. So basically, we should see it literally everywhere because what they wanted to do was to take the information on these chemicals and standardize it so that if a manufacturer in Korea is going to ship a chemical out, somebody in the United States is going to be able to find the information about that chemical in the same spot every single time. It doesn't matter where it's from.
All right, and it also provides and I'm throwing air quotes all over here, these building blocks, air quotes all over.
I love air
for hazard classification. The communication of those hazards and also the countries that may not even have a standard in place. What they're doing is they're taking standardized protection for the human race worldwide. They're taking a global response to this.
Oh, that's so... Act
It's very
locally,
noble.
Think globally.
Oh, it's so noble.
All right, these labels are going to have a lot of information on them, and it's going to have more information on them than the 704 Diamond will. However, the purpose of it is a little bit different, all right? The 704 Diamond was really designed for us, the emergency responder, and those who are planning for an emergency response. So like a fixed facility, someplace that the tank isn't going to be rolling around, that people are going to be walking up to a facility and know kind of quickly what the general hazards of the entire building are.
Right. And the global harmonization system was designed to inform workers about the chemicals that they work around normally, as well as the foreseeable emergencies and up to a certain point, I guess. But interestingly, there is no standard layout to these labels. There's really, this recommended, you see like the fish that's under a tree that's dead.
Right.
But there's no reason why the fish can't be in the tree. I mean, that's what I would do. But only a standard of what information needs to be appearing here, along with the standard set of pictograms and hazard classes. It's pretty much self-explanatory, I would say.
Yeah, except, I have a 55-gallon drum of the stuff with the fish by the tree, and I have
Yes.
been dumping it in a tree in my backyard for about 3 years, and I have yet to
No
see a
fish.
single fish.
Yeah,
So,
it doesn't grow fishes.
It doesn't grow fishes, and I'm getting frustrated. I really am tending to stop believing in these.
You should write to the GHS people.
I think I'm going to. All right. One big thing to note, there's a big difference between them, and this is huge, and I don't know why they do it, and I think personally that the NFPA is a little ridiculous in sticking to their guns on this because we should all be on the same page. But the NFPA Diamond, that 704 Diamond, when you look at the hazard classes, 0 is the least hazardous for you, and 4 is the most hazardous. Now, when you look at that in a GHS system, 4 is the least hazardous. It's
Right.
completely backwards.
I think you know what, NFPA is digging in because they invented it, and you know,
like these are my toys. Like I don't.
these are my toys.
Yeah, I made my. You know, my 8-year-old daughter does that. She She makes a game. She'll make a game up, and she'll try to play with others, and she'll get really pissed off when they don't play exactly how she wants to play.
Yeah,
The
or she'll
NFP
change the rules.
Right. The NFPA is doing the same thing.
So GHS includes the name, address, and contact info of a responsible party. And this can be very helpful and time-saving for your resource or your whatever you call it, the science guy in that spot. That helps.
So where might I find these GHS labels? All right, since the controls for everything here in the U.S. is U.S. Wow, I can't speak tonight. In the USA is well regulated. All right, I would expect to see labels like this on materials imported from foreign sources. However, it is possible that something that was meant for export may be set up here with some kind of a label as well.
Well, if I'm an Uber nerd, Mike, where can I read a little more about this?
Oh, listen, there's so much good stuff out there, Bob. I'm so excited that you're getting into this, and you want to kind of dive a little bit more into it. So I would say that a lot of the stuff that you can find, and let me tell you, it's great reading. You're sitting on the bowl, 49 CFR, part 172, subparts D, E, and F. Those are like.
That's my Bible.
Yeah.
That's my Bible.
It's just it's like coffee. It just fills and touches your soul. All right. Also, if you want something with some pictures, all right, that DOT chart 15 has got pictures for pretty much everything, and the colors are so nice.
Oh, I love them.
They're sharp. They're crisp. It's beautiful. All right, and the OSHA. All right, if you go onto the OSHA, if you go onto their website, they have actually it is my favorite book from Prince. It is the Purple Book. All right, and you can download this book completely free of charge. Well, that wraps up another episode of the Hazmat Guys.
You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and our YouTube channel at the Hazmat Guys. And take a moment to call our comment hotline at 843-628-1484.
We are always looking forward to your feedback about information or interesting incidents that you were part of. So send us a note at feedback@thehazmatguys.com.
And remember, guys, don't just get on the job, get into the job.